All right.
It's taking a while to load.
All right, hey guys, welcome. For our first session 0 of the 10th Mountain Twilight 2000 game. Yeah, good enough.
I have returned.
Hooray!
We haven't heard anything from Arcot.
I have not. He said he was going to be joining, though he might have to leave early.
He said he would work at 5 or something.
Yeah. But we can do most of the group gear stuff and get that out of the way, and then have him just pick. Alright, so this is going to be a 10th Mountain playthrough with a slightly modified opboard and sitrep for the actual story of the game. For the most part, it remains the same, but the battle map has had some new units added to it from the different divisions, from the 18th Airborne Corps, which 10th Mountain is.
Why is my camera on?
Oh yeah, you can set that off. Go to settings and then make sure you have down in right above experimental features, I want to broadcast and receive to others. Set both of those to nothing.
Yeah, because otherwise you're going to echo like crazy.
Yeah, there's going to be some weird echoes.
Okay, all I see is a white grid. Is that what I'm supposed to be looking at, or?
You might be zoomed in a little too much. There's a slider on the top right. There should be.
And then I'll also go, I think around 4.
I'm not sure what I'm doing here.
That's bad.
This is all I'm seeing.
Oh, you should. Let me see. You're not in the right game. It looks like you started a new one. Oh yeah, you did that. Just close out of this.
Oh.
You were in the tutorial.
Okay.
I was trying to teach you how to play.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to do trial by fire. Fuck learning how to play properly.
I was gonna say. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
how many? So, Sean, is this your first time using Roll20? Sean, is this your first time using Roll20?
Is it my what?
Is this your first time using Roll20?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I just made the account like 2 minutes ago.
Hello, Jonathan. Your session's not until 6, but feel free to hang out and listen.
In here?
That's fine. I wanted to say hello, chime in. I won't be able to make it for the later on.
Oh, okay,
I already
gotcha.
found this for Paige and his dad, but I wanted to pop in and say hello and
I thought that was a
see if there was anything else that was needed.
No, that was it. Yeah, just yeah. The alpha session will be starting at 6 tonight.
Got it.
So. All right. Yeah, I think we're still waiting on Arcot. All right, what do we got? Well, I just keep shuffling this deck. All right, character art tokens. All right, group gear and starting vehicle is what we're gonna work on now. So technically, there are 4 players in the campaign, so we'll use the 4-player modifier for group gear and the vehicle. So, on page 18 of the player's manual, there is a chart for the group gear. Where is it? And how this works is you guys can pick one row once. So basically there's like 20 or so rows, and you can take one row once up to the number of players. So you can choose 4 of those star bullet points to add to your total group gear. And I will
What
mark
page?
whoever takes
18?
more. What's that?
Well, page 18.
Page 18. I believe it's 19 in the PDF, but it's 18 on the page number. And they are a backpack, a bow, including some arrows, a pistol or shotgun with some reloads, a sniper or hunting rifle with reloads, any LMG with 1 ammo belt, any grenade or rocket launcher, including D3 reloads if applicable. So if you wanted something special other than just frag grenades, do that. D6 magazines or reloads for any weapon. You guys can split those amongst yourselves and say they're for your primaries. 2 ammo belts for any machine gun. D6 reloads for any grenade or rocket launcher. There's the D6 hand grenades of any type. A dirt bike with half a tank of fuel, a basic toolkit, binoculars, up to 66 liters of any fuel and jerry cans, D66 roll, and D6 personal medkits, D6 rations of food, or D6 rations of clean water, so some additional canteens. You guys, like I said, can pick up to 4 of those bullet points.
Should we decide our vehicle first?
We can do that if you want. So the vehicle...
That would help.
is 2d6 plus the number of PCs. So you guys can roll for it. You can either use the probably dice made it work for that. So it's 2d6 plus 4.
Are you rolling for it, Peter, or is one of us?
Do you want me to roll for it? I can roll for it for you guys.
Yeah, you know how to use Dice Maiden, and I
Sure.
don't really use it.
Nope. All right, we got an 11 Jeep or Humvee. I would also allow you guys to take any of the. Let's see.
Can we get the armored Hummer?
The 1114? Yeah, that can
Yeah, the one with 4 armor. That's not a bad unit.
Yeah, so there's the M998.
Yeah, but were they available at this point in time?
Yeah, they are. Yes. So those
Okay.
statted vehicles are M998 Humvee, M1114 Humvee, M151 is a Jeep. If you wanted to, you could take a Cuck V. I would let you guys take that. None of the Soviet stuff, none of the Swedish stuff. If you wanted to, you could take a Honker 4012. That's basically a 4x4 pickup truck. It's like a Polish Cuck V.
I think we're gonna stick with the Humvee.
And
If you want to do the up armored, we can do the up
Land
armored.
Rover, one of the British ones.
It's a toss. Do you want to be able to carry more weight, or would you rather have the armor and survive a hit?
The cargoes are the same for both Hummers. The M1151
Is the
cargoes.
fuel usage different?
The fuel usage is the same.
Okay.
The main difference is the 1114 has obviously a little more armor, but it's a little bit slower in combat.
I mean, that's the cost of armor, I guess.
And
Yep.
it's a little slower off-road traveling by 1 hex. Everything else is pretty much the same. Oh, it comes with a different gun. So it comes with a Mod Deuce on the 1114 or a 240 Bravo on the 998.
That's a tough one, because on one hand, the Modus has lots of firepower to it, but on the other hand, finding the ammo for it might be a challenge.
Mhm.
Because we even run into finding issues finding ammo with a PKT.
Yeah, because everyone's using either RPKs
or 5.45 AKs.
Yeah.
But we could pick with one of our fours an extra couple
Belts of ammo, yeah.
belt ammo, and we could pick a different heavy weapon too if we want it.
We could.
Yeah.
I mean, in the other one that I'm doing, we have a BMP. So that has 2 top guns. It's got a 73 millimeter smoothbore cannon, which I have used to great effect. Like we only had 4 shots for it, or no, how many do we have? 6.
You had 6, and you still have 4, or you have 4 left.
But that's
you're
right. We
running
have
out
4
of
left,
explosive.
and I had 6 shots. I had 2 really good HE shots, and I like wiped out entire squads with a single shot.
Modus, it does have a gun shield on it. The 240 Bravo does not. It's just pintle. So it's basically what you see in the picture.
I think if we went, what's the
gun shield gives it a little
ammo?
bit slightly more armor for the.
Is it 100? How many rounds are in the M2?
The M2.
100.
Yeah.
I figured it'd be 100, and like it's probably 100 for that or 200 for the 240.
100
the 240
also.
Bravo is also 100. The 249 is the 200 mag.
Oh, okay.
So they're basically the same. The Modus has slightly more damage. You will always crit with a Modus if there's no armor. With the 240 Bravo, you have to get multiple hits in order to crit.
I mean, the only other thing, I guess, alternative for that would be if we wanted to go with a Mark 19 or the TOW.
Oh yeah, so the Mark 19. I don't think they actually have it statted for any of the vehicles. It just kind of exists.
Is it different for the vehicles?
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, none of the vehicles come with it standard.
I mean, technically the Humvee can use it.
I know the Humvee, yeah, and the Humvee can use a tow as well.
Right. My only fear with the tow is we use the
two shots you get with it or whatever, and then it's
and then it's just basically worthless. Whereas I feel like a 50 cal would have the 50 cal of the 240. It doesn't matter to me. Like with the 50 cal, obviously we can crit. We can get 2 more belts for it, so we'd have 300 rounds to start, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's kind of what my home group did. They went to the armored and got the heavy, the 50 cal, and
I gotcha.
Just mow people with that thing. They kill encounters on me so quick. I'm going to put them against the 30 millimeter light tank this time, so we'll see. But they have an armored. They now have an armored Hummer and a BTR.
Oh God!
With a heavy machine gun on that thing, so they just picked that up last time. So now they're going to face a light tank. So it should be fun.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of different Humvee vehicles if that's what you guys are deciding to go with. And technically we can go with either or. It doesn't have to really be, but I do have them split up between the 2 designations. And the one that I do have with a tow is a 998, but for now we'll just go with what's statted in the book. So it'll be either the 240 Bravo on the unarmored or the Modus on the armored, the up armored.
I think we'll do the Modus on the armored.
I agree. I agree.
All right. What color would you like? I have a whole bunch to pick from. So let's go into my. Where are my Humvees? Hold on. Military, NATO, Humvee. All right. All right, so I have forest, green, a 2 variants of NATO, and then a sandy color one. So let me pull it up in on the stream.
So definitely
so
not sand.
A better picture.
We're in Europe.
I like the winter. We just came out of winter, so
I
could start
can
on the winter
get a
calendar.
UN marked one. There's a UN
Oh God, no.
No.
M113 and a UN Humvee. I think I can find.
I'm fine with woods, whatever you guys want.
Where are you looking at these, Peter?
They're up in the stream right now, but give me 1 second. I'll pull them up for you. All right, so we have.
Oh, that's why I'm not looking at the stream.
We got forest. It's like a your average like woodland camo. Looks like a spray paint job. We just have green. We have a kind of FDE. Thank you for the follow. From just another guy named Harry. And then we have the other NATO one. It's a little more tan than the other one. A little nicer. Oh, and then there's the sand.
I'd go with either the green or the M81 because that's most likely, if we're emulating U.S. Army, like that's most likely what we're going to find.
Yeah.
I'd say M81.
Okay. All right, we will go with this one. This is forest. So let me pull that for you guys.
Ah, shit.
And we will give it the... it'll be a lot smaller than the BWP will be on the map. So you guys are going to... I will definitely
make sure
give
we
it a
zoom
large
in.
blue... what dimensions are we looking at? 195 by 104... C 2 meters, blue square represents starting vehicle. Little too big. All right, let's change that to 1. That works. All right. Oops. Okay. And we'll give it the splash art from... This. Nope, that's my D&D folder. Wrong one. All right. So you guys should now have control of the starting vehicle. Whenever we get into that. All right. Still nothing.
All right, so we still got to pick the rest of our group gear.
Yes, we're going back to group gear.
So I think we're definitely going to take the 2 belts, 2 ammo belts for any machine gun, and we're going to apply it to the 50 cal.
Okay.
How many mags did everyone roll?
I got 3 from my SVD.
Okay.
So
I have
2, yeah,
6.
so they're 50 cal M2, so 50 M2. All right, gotcha. Belts. All right. Let me mark that.
I got 5.
Yeah, then we're gonna be okay for ammo for a while.
I suggest a motorcycle if we have the ability, if we have an extra.
You think so? The Humvee holds 5 people, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the bike comes in handy when you want to scout ahead,
Yeah, I guess.
or when you make camp and I'm fixing the vehicle. The scrounger can go out on the motorcycle with a guard.
Yeah,
And
because you guys
have
don't have a
fuel.
skateboard yet, so you can't send the 16-year-old kid off on his skateboard to go collect vacuums.
My character does reconnaissance, though.
And do we have somebody with a good survival?
I think Arcot went up. No, he went medic. I believe Sean
Then
is
I
an
might
operator
have-
character, so I think he's going with. He's got some survival skills in there.
Okay.
I think I'm D for survival. Let me check. Yeah, I went D for survival.
Because I have intelligence A, but I went recon instead of survival as my D.
My recon's B and my survival is C.
The B will help.
Yep. And we're good. I'll keep it as recon then.
Ooh, wrong one. Oh, that's how I did it. Okay, just making sure I'm formatting this properly. All right. I will give you guys vehicle. I'll put vehicle stats into the character sheet in a little bit.
Okay, you want me to do it for you?
Yeah, go for it. If you want to do it, and go ahead with the weapon. That would help out a little. There we go. All right, so we got 2 50 cal belts, 200 round ones. So you guys have a total of 300 for that. All right. What is everybody else?
So that we get what, 2 more lines?
3 more technically. Though we can let we'll wait on the final one for when Arcot does get here.
Okay. Do we want to go with the dirt bike?
I'm cool with it.
So a dirt bike, just so you know, because you can just strap it to the top of the Humvee, can carry. Oh wait, hold on. Where do I go with vehicle weight?
Yeah, there is, unless you know what the weight of the motorcycle is, it doesn't give stats for it.
Right. Okay. I remember we did talk about this in the Twilight group, and I think someone said basically just the same weight as a person, which is 25. So it'll fit onto. It'll basically take up one person's weight. You just tie it to the roof, basically, or.
Yeah, that back slide area.
Yeah.
I forget. Do we start with half fuel, right?
The dirt bike, yes. I don't remember the vehicle. How much fuel? Yeah, you start with half a tank as well.
That's right.
So both vehicles would start with half a tank.
And just so you know, Peter, I already did the ×2 for the, so you don't have to do it every time. So 6 will be the straight road. So I've already did the conservation. So from 3 to 6. So
Oh,
just
gotcha.
save me
Okay.
from doing math.
Gotcha. All right. Unfortunately, I do not have a mini for a dirt bike because for whatever reason they just don't exist. I can get like a motorcycle, but no dirt bike.
It's gonna be close enough. I think.
I was gonna say, if you're on the dirt bike, you're either just gonna dump it and just put an X on the mini map when combat starts, where it is, because you're not gonna be really riding that around.
Do we want to go for the fuel?
So I just dropped. Oh, sorry, I dropped it in the rolling thing. If you want to do something goofy like that, that's what I made my group use.
Let me see it. Oh,
It'll get the job done.
I love it. I saw
It's
that.
timely.
I was like, you got to go with that one. That was just classic.
It's vintage, man.
I mean, there is also the picture in the
Yeah, and the book is cool
in
too.
the book. The book picture is like a standard dirt bike.
And we have a 50 cal, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or did we choose the tow? So we have a tow.
No, we went the 50
No,
cal.
we
The
chose
tow
the
isn't
50 cal.
statted for
Okay.
vehicles yet, except for the Bradley, I think.
Wait, what?
I believe the Bradley gets a tow.
The Bradley should get a bunch of stuff.
But Bradley has 2 tows. It has 2 tows in the 240.
2 toes, a 240, and a 25 millimeter.
Yeah, oh yeah, it does have that. And then it comes with 6 M16s for the firing ports.
For the firing ports,
So
which is also ridiculous. I'm just going to put down in my character sheet the M2 just so I have it
okay.
for reference. Like, even though on my character sheet you see I have a fragmentation grenade, even though I didn't take any of those, just because
Yes.
I took the 203, I figured, okay, I can't be that unfair.
All right, I saved that motorcycle picture. Might put it on at some point. All right, so we got dirt bike. I'll mark that Tom took that. So that goes to Jimmy.
Holy shit, they gave it 15 range. That's insane.
Yeah, it's long.
It's stupid. I hate that gun. I wish I didn't have it.
In real life, that's how it works, though.
Oh, I know. It's just, it just blows people away.
It's unfair. Ooh, yeah, 7 to weight, though.
Especially when you give them an open map to fight on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's... The M2 was originally developed to take out tanks, but tank armor elevated so much faster compared to anything else that they just kind of were like, well, we've got these, so let's just use them for something. Aircraft. That's what we'll use them for, aircraft. And they haven't left inventory ever since.
All right, dirt bike is also added. I have not done any of the stats for it though.
Oh, I'm just putting it in the starting vehicle thing.
Yeah,
so
that's
vehicle-
fine.
Okay.
Okay. But it will be up in T2K10 important stuff. I do have a list of vehicles in stockpile, so it has its own post there. So you can just search for dirt bike and it will show up.
Oh, okay.
For the viewers, I do have our own Discord server that I'm monitoring dice rolls and lists of inventory and character sheets there. So for people who might be wondering why I keep staring off. Oh, actually, I don't have the camera up, but yeah.
I can't remember. Do the binoculars have an effect for recon? Like,
They
does
do.
it add a
They just give
+1?
you a straight bonus to recon. not like a range thing. It's just, well, you have binoculars and you're using it actively. It
Gotcha.
has to be actively reconning. It can't be passive.
Gotcha. Well, I would suggest the binoculars.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
observation gear. Binoculars used to spot animals, people, vehicle at long ranges typically range from 8x to 12x. They give a +2 modifier to recon, but only when actively scouting or observing.
I got binoculars.
Oh, you have binoculars already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't pair that with my recon.
I guess the only other thing that I would suggest then is the fuel. Just because, especially since we've got 2 vehicles.
I agree. I like the fuel idea.
So D66, that one I'm going to have to dice maiden for.
Oh, yeah. Dice Man will be like, ooh, fun dice. All right.
Okay. Roll 1D66.
Sorry, I'm muting for a second because they're feeding the dogs right
No,
outside
that's
my
fine.
office.
Don't worry about it.
If you hear a high-pitched whine, I apologize. I don't think... No, you don't. Okay, good. 11.
11 liters.
It's not terrible, I guess.
It's not terrible, no. But so the Humvee only has a capacity of 95, so that's basically a tenth of a tank. Actually, a little more than a tenth of a tank, but
It's not gonna... Well, we start with half.
you start with half, so you go up to
40...
so 47 and a half plus. So we'll just round up to 48.
So 59's not bad.
59 liters in that, plus another 5 in the dirt bike, and the dirt bike actually does have half a.
Are they the same fuel?
It had assumed to have been converted to alcohol fuel, to ethanol.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if the same if it was the same between the 2 vehicles.
Yeah, so it'll assume that at some point the 5th Infantry or 10th Mountain or whichever division had the dirt bikes. They have a still set up probably at one of their FOBs or at
I
a
gotcha.
probably not a forward one, but
Somewhere.
somewhere they would have a still, some refueling station, and they just have it. They've had everything converted.
I mean, we probably... A jerry can's what, 5 gallons? Or is it 10?
I don't know, and I think we.
Or no,
went
I'm sorry,
for
it's in
weights.
liters. So
Yeah,
it'd be... Oh, wow, that's like half a jerry can. That's 3/4 of a jerry can. Because gallons is 3.8
Yeah.
liters. Well, my only thought was, like, instead of just putting it straight in the Humvee, if we had it in a jerry can, then the bike can refill from it as it needs it.
Okay. If you guys want to do that, you guys can.
But it also does take up...
It would take up cargo space as opposed to the gas tank space. Yeah.
Yeah. That's I think that's kind of the way.
I like
Because otherwise
the
we'd be siphoning. Otherwise we'd be siphoning it out, and
Yeah,
that
I
would,
think I went with that fuel has the same weight per encumbrance unit as water does. So what was it? So the 2, I think it's a 2-quart canteen, right? Is what we were going with, or the 3?
Yeah.
So
2 quart is
2 quart
half
is-
encumbrance.
So half of encumbrance unit is 2 quarts of fuel, which converted. So this is 11 liters.
1 quart is approximately 1 liter.
What's you said? 1 quart is about a liter.
About a liter.
Okay.
It's like 1.068. I'm gonna look it up now. 'Cause I wanna see
Yeah.
if
So
right.
it's 11 quarts is 10.409 liters. So basically 10 and a half.
1.056 quart
Yeah.
is 1 liter. Ha, it's close.
Yeah. Okay.
So, hey, Peter,
Yes.
Where are you? You said there's a Discord channel or something that shows that. Where is that at?
That's all the 10th Mountain stuff. So it'll be important stuff. Is where I keep most of the.
Okay, I got it. I
Yeah.
must have the notifications off when it didn't light up.
Oh no, it's not a new post. I've been editing. I have a bunch of reserved posts to keep formatting correct.
Okay, cool.
Vehicles and stockpiles is all the way down at the bottom. It's the most recent. All right. Still nothing from Arcot. All right. Well. Okay, if that is everybody's, oh, the fuels. Hold on, let me mark that. Yeah, so it does say it is in jerry can. So, they would use the big metal jerry cans, wouldn't they? Like the military ones, I would assume.
They'd be jerry or.
It wouldn't be like the plastic one you get at Home Depot.
They'd be metal or plastic. They're 5 gallons.
They're 5
per
gallons.
can.
Okay. Yeah, 5-gallon steel tank. Okay. I wonder if it's listed in gear, fuel and stills. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they're listed as liters.
Yeah, so it's like 2/3 of a jerry can is what 11 liters is.
Okay. Fuel. See, it's about 2. So you said it's about half for, so half an encumbrance units per liter.
Yeah.
So that it's 11. So that goes to what, 5.5?
Well, no, it'd be if 1 2-quart can is half a
Right. Okay. So it's
half an encumbrance unit. 2 liters is half an encumbrance unit.
so it's so it is 5.5 encumbrance units. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is liters lowercase L or uppercase? I always forget.
Capital L.
It is capital L. All right.
Technically, it is lowercase L, but there's another unit that uses lowercase L.
Okay.
That I think most people just do capital L.
Good. Sure. And then you said jerry can was 5 gallons.
Yeah, 5 gallon or about 12 liters. Or no, wow, bad at math. Hold on.
Yeah, it's about half full then, because it's 5 gallon is 22 liters, 22 and a half.
18.9.
Am I using the wrong gallon? Oh, U.S. liquid. There we go. I was using imperial. Stupid Google. Tricks are for kids.
Yeah, it's a little more than halfway full.
Okay, gotcha. All right. And then it's, nope, wrong one. Want that open. Too many tabs.
Am I the only one that opted for a plate test?
I think you might be the only one who could take a plate vest. Everybody else
That's
is
true, too.
black.
Yeah, I got a flak.
You went with officer, right? Or would you go with?
I went sergeant, so I think it's like NCO.
Okay, so yeah, the higher rank I think might get the
Yeah, I basically went like higher level grunt, but with a couple of the specialties that the operator has.
Okay.
So what is your command?
I think I put that as C.
All right, so our group is C.
Group morale C, that was the next thing. All right.
Okay, so group morale is C.
Yep, so everyone can mark on their character sheets that group morale is C. And then I think the only thing we got left to do is pick buddies to start.
Oh, I did pick a sleeping pad, so I have +1 survival when sleeping on bare ground.
There you go.
Nice.
I basically tried to do it like as reasonable as I could for like if all of a sudden a U.S. Army troop got stuck in, like he's got all this stuff that he's been issued.
Yeah.
Well, as much as I could. I didn't like go, oh, well, he would have
what
night
he was
vision.
deployed with and was able to keep through the brutal winter of '98.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't opt for night vision. I figured the sleeping pad was enough of a bonus. That and when I rolled for magazines, I ended up with 6 mags, which is almost the standard loadout. It is a standard loadout. 6 + 1.
Okay. Which one is this?
Did anybody else do U.S. Army then, or am I the only one?
Pretty much everybody
No,
did U.S. Army. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm conscripted U.S. Army.
Yeah, but your character sheet's set up like a civilian.
We
Yeah.
went with Polish National.
Right.
How are you seeing his sheet?
You could see other people shooting. Roll 20.
And roll 20.
Yeah, how
No,
you guys can do
I-
each other's.
I'm not seeing him.
So on the right side,
Journal
you have to
page.
click Journal, and you'll see characters.
Oh, I know, but I mean, all I'm seeing is bio and info.
Well, my sheet should be up there. Click on mine.
In players' journals. Oh, hold on. I might have it.
Yeah, I have to cheat. The only way I could see it is I have to export it and then put it into my game, and then I could see it.
Oh.
Oh, it might be because this squad, everyone. Yeah, all players can see do squad. Everyone should have control of their own. Oh, I think I have to give everybody else access to edit to each other's if I was going to do that.
Oh, to be able to see it.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Yeah.
It gives you guys the
At the very least, to give us a chance to look.
at each other's. Okay. All right, Jimmy's should be all players.
Too bad there's not like a read only for other players.
I thought can see was enough, but I guess not. Arcot's is already set because I wasn't sure when he would join, so I had to. And all players. Sean, yours should be all set then too. Okay. And the vehicle's all players. Okay. Oh, Garrett, I was able to find that picture of the SEAL special operator really easily. I just Google image searched it, and like 400 hits for it came up.
Oh, you mean the one that I used?
Yeah, so I threw together a token for you.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, yeah, because I uploaded my own.
Yeah, you upload your own image, which helps because that means it doesn't take up space in my file save. You have like a 50 gigabyte limit or some shit like that. All right.
So still, I think we still have to pick one more item, but do we want to wait for our?
Yeah, we're just gonna wait for Arcot. He has not said anything, so
he might not be able to join then.
yeah, that's my guess. He said he wasn't sure last week when we were trying to figure out when to push it back to. But then he said he would be able to make at least for like an hour or two today just so we can get stuff started. But that's fine.
He's our medic, right?
He is. I have his sheet, so I can run it if I need to. Where is it?
I guess the only thing I didn't think to do was I could have done officer and then just...
Yeah, he went combat medic as his specialty, and I believe he went medic for the...
Yeah, officer...
6 med kits in his backpack. M4A1, two spare mags, and then 3 frags. With the Kevlar and a flak. His name is Robert Gidry? I don't know.
So he doesn't start with surgical tools?
I don't know. Is he supposed to?
How did we do that? Here. Well, I have him up.
I don't know. The Arch type might not give it to him. In Life Path, you get it, but not. I'm guessing Arch doesn't.
Yeah, he gets pain relievers or surgical instruments.
Yeah, I don't think he knew what that meant.
Yeah, let's make sure he takes the surgical equipment.
All right.
Unless he wants to be, unless he is doing it on purpose to try and be the typical U.S. Army medic, where you give you some Motrin, drink some water, walk it off.
Yeah, I don't know.
Roll for sarcasm.
Let me edit this for that so that I'll have all the to do is all him right now. Fix starting.
Yeah, why would you pick pain reliever? Pain relievers come with surgical instruments.
Does it?
No, it's separate. If you're thinking of the doctor's bag.
I'm thinking the doctor's bag. Sorry.
The surgical instruments just gives you, like, it's just a bonus when you're doing certain medical stuff, I think.
But it allows you to take that second medical role because it's better equipment than basic.
Yeah, that's true.
It gives you a +1 modifier when only when treating fatal criticals, and it can be combined with med kits. Which is nice. The pain reliever just heals damage in one stretch. But it's 1 point of damage in one stretch instead of in a shift, but you can't take more than 1 per shift. So it takes 50. It's a 15-minute effect, and then you'll heal the damage. But then you gotta wait. I cannot spell surgical. All right. I believe we are good to start. So I have updated some of the recaps. They're no longer spoiler tagged. So everybody read the op board and sit rep. You guys know what's going on.
Yeah, it's the same as what it was when we did it, I think.
Yeah, so for the viewers, Twilight 2000 is World War III. Basically, Cold War went hot. Soviet aggression onto their former states. They've reinvaded Poland, Sweden, and after Israel used some nukes to defend itself in a sort of power vacuum, the U.S. and Soviets also said, fuck it, why not? And started launching low-yield tactical nukes at each other, mostly against ground troops. The war got progressively worse. with intelligence agencies doing their best to try to keep it from going too far. But in the winter of 98, the winter of 98-99 is the coldest in Europe. Civilian loss has passed 15%, and by the end of the year, 50% of these pretty much the world population is gone after all the epidemics that happen after that. Really, the only surviving main groups in Europe are militaries, because they're the only ones who really have the ability to stay alive. And then in the year 2000, NATO troops started hearing word of a plan called Operation Reset, which was going to be the first major offensive launched by the U.S. military in over a year. The plan was to link up all these scattered remains of NATO troops and make a massive push to seize two besieged capitals, one in Warsaw, the other one in Stockholm in Sweden. And it started off pretty well, but then the Soviets pushed back hard and kicked their shit in. And this is where we start on the 17th of April. 22:30 Zulu time, which is just about 11:30 p.m. local time. You didn't think you'd make it out of Calais. This was going to be the last battle of the war, and it seemed like your luck to be the war's last official victims. Not that anyone would know, of course. They hadn't had accurate casualty records for the last year. If you still had anyone alive back home, they wouldn't have any way of knowing you brought it outside some town in Poland that they couldn't pronounce. One of the tank commanders said this is the superpower's last grasp, reflexively taking one final stab at each other. She painted some quote from Moby Dick on the side of her Abrams, "With my last breath I stab at thee." The madness was right there in her eyes. The real action happened outside Calais. Hell, you only ever saw the battle through binoculars. The Soviets drove a wedge right through the 10th Division like a knife through butter. You were a raggedy-ass division, not more than 2,000 troops left anyway. Half of you on horseback or foot. Vehicles running off distilled alcohol. Uniforms mended, then mend again, and then half of those from other units, if not other NATO countries. The Ruskies ripped right through you, split you in two, then encircled both elements. Hardened troops broke, headed for the woods, got the hell out of Dodge. Some crazy-ass colonel tried to lead a charge on horseback, getting his horse up on hind legs like the Lone Ranger and screaming how this was his Custer's last stand. You were almost relieved when a Soviet mortar took him out, his pearl-handled .45 landing a meter away from you with the hand still attached. It was the horse that got the short end of that stick, really. Bullets zipped around like mosquitoes in the river back home, popping the way they did when they got too near those electric zappers. It almost made you homesick. And how the hell were you thinking about that in the middle of this anyway? Probably your life scrolling before your eyes. You took one in the gut and thought, roll credits, but the ceramic plate absorbed the worst of it, knocked the wind out of you. Someone scooped you up, threw you in a Humvee, and hauled ass south. Stragglers jumped aboard as best they could. One didn't quite have a grip and fell off. A horse trampled him in the rear view. That was when the radio static briefly came clear. Someone on the other end screaming that HQ was being overrun. The last order from the top to make a break for it. Like you weren't already. Then that final message that hung there in the vehicle, like the worst news in a hospital waiting room. Good luck. You're on your own now. So we start the campaign about 10 kilometers outside of Calais on the west side of the river. You guys just crossed the bridge. You can hear the artillery still pounding the city to the east. It is pretty much midnight. You guys stopped to do your quick inventory, figured out what was in the back of the Humvee. That's your starting gear and the starting group gear. And it is now your first shift on your own.
So our objective is to link back up with 3 Corps?
If that's what you want to do, yes. So I have 3rd Corps and 18th. Their HQs back in Roclaw. That was where they were pushing out from. That was the last known HQ for you guys. The sitrep, as you guys may remember, what happened with that was you guys were making good headway for about a week, and then you guys pushed into Lodz, and the Soviets pushed you back after a 12-hour fight. So you guys were back in Kalisz waiting to basically rearm, refuel for another push, and then the Soviets attacked late at night, and that's when they broke the division.
I mean, that would make sense to me. Try to get to one of the HQs. I mean, 5th ID is holding the line. Obviously, we're nearby our current HQ.
The current
pretty much
was the one that was overrun. So yeah, the 5th Eddy and 10th Mountain, that's just the last known HQ for them.
I mean, that's what I would try to do, is try to find one of the other HQs to see what's left.
Yeah, we can head back to her.
So we're going to head west.
Okay. All right, so
just hold on, Peter.
Yep.
So my thought is, just telling the rest of the guys, my thought is to head west. Can I? Okay, are you guys seeing me move that around on roll 20?
You guys should be able to have control over that. Yeah.
Yeah, but do they see it moving?
No, they won't see it unless you drop it. So you're gonna have to
okay.
use the measuring tool to do arrows.
Okay.
You could just click this. Yeah, there you go.
So this is me. So you're heading. You can head straight.
Yeah, so
you can kind of zigzag up and down the road to.
Head straight west to Krotoszyn,
and then
ultimately
Lodz.
ending up in Rewix or whatever, and then head south to try and get to Roktaw.
Okay.
That makes the most sense to me, because that gets us away from the Soviets, as opposed to traveling along the river where we could encounter them.
Mm-hmm. It also gets you around that large section of wooded area. Instead of driving straight through, trying to go through all the woods would be a pain.
Be detrimental to our 50 cal advantage.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do.
That's a good deal.
But I'm also the officer in charge, so there's that too.
I was going to say, so what does everybody rank? So, Garrett, your rank is...
I think I picked sergeant.
Yeah, you got sergeant. Fell is also a well, they are a... hold on. They're not exactly a sergeant. They are a staff sergeant. Are they slightly higher? That's staff sergeant? It might be.
Staff sergeant is...
It said Searsant, whatever that equivalent is.
It's Searsant, the Polish staff sergeant. They kind of lump all theirs into one. It's not a exact across. And then we got, I think, 2 specialists. Jimmy and Bobby are specialists.
The specialists are going to be lower compared to me.
Yeah, Jimmy's a mechanic,
like
and then we got a combat medic. So...
let's see here. Okay, so... Well, and I figured I'd pick sergeant, it'd be sergeant, because I was trying to... Intent is to be, like, in charge of a squad, not necessarily, like, a platoon or something like that. So I guess I'm not the highest rank.
Yeah, but you are the only... you're the highest U.S. rank. So,
that's true. Well, since we are a U.S. unit.
Fell would be from the 6th Polish Security Regiment. Basically your main translator.
I gotcha. Yeah, so I would be the officer in charge, I guess.
Yep.
So yeah, we're going to go west.
And I'm thinking Jimmy's our driver then, right? With a BC.
Yeah, who has the best driving skills?
Because I doubt our medic does.
I can double check for you. I see in a second. All right.
Jimmy does. He is a C in driving.
Yeah, Bobby does not have any skill in driving.
And I'm pretty sure I do not either.
So I will be our driver.
All right, so yeah, Bobby, just so you guys know, is C strength, B agility, D intelligence, A empathy for the medical aid. He's got B in medical aid, D in manipulation, and then C in stamina and ranged combat, and then D in melee and recon. Garrett, one more thing. The only thing I didn't see on your character sheet was starting permanent rads. Did you have that? I wasn't sure.
Oh, I didn't do that.
So rads are in the combat tab for some reason. That's just where they got put.
Okay.
So there's a spot for permanent. So you can go ahead and mark that there.
Yeah, I have to roll for that though, don't I?
Yeah, it's just a D6.
Oh, okay.
You can do it in either Discord or the.
I mean, I got the dice. That's the whole
Oh,
fun
yeah,
of
go for it.
doing a tabletop thing.
Oh yeah.
If you ask me.
I can
Okay, thank
enable
God.
the animated dice in Roll20, but I don't because it gets distracting. I feel.
Oh, and it breaks people's browsers if they don't have good computers.
Yeah.
Okay. And permanent rad is 1.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh wait. Oh wait, so I will always have 1.
So you will always have at least one. Yeah.
Okay. So
And
then
when
the
washing off other reds you gain, there's a chance for them to become permanent.
I gotcha. Yeah, last time I think I had 3. I rolled a 3 for radiation.
All right. Okay. Let's see, what tab is this? All right. Ooh, that is way too zoomed in. Interesting. Okay. All right, so we got Jimmy driving. We do not have a commander or radio op for a Humvee. We would just have a gunner.
Well, there'd be somebody sitting in the front seat.
There would be somebody sitting in the front seat, and then we got gunner and somebody in the back seat, and then there's an additional.
I would probably be in the front seat trying to read the map, and trying to pronounce half of these.
And then technically
Places.
that extra seat would be the dirt bike in the back. So, because it's also 25. So each person takes up 25 encumbrance units of vehicle cargo capacity. So you guys have all of that taken then. So it is fully encumbered.
What?
I believe
Each
so.
person's 25?
Yes. Let me just double check on that, just so I make sure we get this right. So the Humvee has a one necessary crew plus 4 with a cargo of 100. And then the maximum number of encumbrance units that can be carried by the vehicle, each passenger but not crew, uses up to 25 units of the cargo capacity.
Oh, so the driver and the gunner don't take up encumbrance. Just everybody else does.
Well, now our crew is 1 plus 4,
Yeah, so your crew is 1 plus 4. Hold on.
so only the driver doesn't.
Yeah, only the driver. The gunner counts as cargo capacity.
Oh, I need
Sweet.
to change that. I didn't count. I just let them carry 100 cargo plus their people. Oh, they're not going to like me now.
Yeah, it's weird.
The whole cargo encumbered thing. It's crazy.
It makes sense. It's just the way that
I
it's
feel like the
implemented is
Humvee
a
would be able to
little
carry a
janky.
little bit more, especially if it's got the sloped back or the
Slant back.
the slant back one or the
Well, it'd
open
be
back.
the slant back or the pickup.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I have a pickup mini as well. It's got like it's basically like the back of a
It's like the back of a stake body truck. It's got
it's back of
rails instead of
yeah. Just got the wooden benches back there, basically.
yeah. I figured that's what we were having since we have the dirt bike. We can slap the dirt bike in the middle. I mean, we could, if you wanted to game it a little, the gunner, technically a position in the vehicle, could not take up encumbrance.
Yeah,
And then that saves 25.
Because that does seem a little weird that
Like I could understand even beyond.
is there
I could understand beyond 3, because you have a driver, the guy sitting next to him, and the gunner all have a spot.
Yeah, well, and there is a radio, so there technically would be a radio up.
Yeah, because in real life, the Humvee still carries equipment besides the player.
The max
personality.
crew, yeah, you would have a couple extra boxes in the back of ammo and maybe another thing of
Oh, you'd
fuel.
have a ton of stuff in a Humvee.
Yeah, I would just go 100 cargo and not even worry about crew people. I mean, that's
Yeah, the
I'm gonna
Humvee's a
look
little
up-
weird. I hope they fix that for
Come on.
beta.
Let's see here.
I'm trying to find out like cargo capacity
Yeah, I'm trying to find that out too.
because now I want to know before we get started. Oops. Um. Cargo capacity I'm seeing is 3,600 pounds or
I'm seeing 2,500 to 4,400 depending on model.
yeah. So the M998 it's
Which
payload 2,500. Yep.
let's see here.
but just like everything else in the game, I think they just limit it down to make it a more tougher game to survive.
The M15 is a crew of 4 can carry 2,000 pounds.
Now, granted, probably the average person is around like 180 pounds.
With gear on, we'll round it up to 200.
Yeah, with gear, you'd probably be at around 250. So yeah, maybe. Yeah, so it'd be 100. 100 encumbrance units is probably cargo separate from passengers.
Yeah, that's really strange for that.
Yeah, because the curb weight here.
That's bizarre.
Curb weight meaning. Curb weight is vehicle without any passengers or items in it except the standard equipment it comes with. It's 5,200 for a Humvee. Maybe it is. Maybe it is 100. Now, at the same time, we could also have somebody driving the dirt bike, and that would save us 25. That'd save us 50 encumbrance units.
Plus another
then you're
25
also-
you can put on the bike itself.
Right, but then you're using up the fuel for the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fuel's not that much in the grand scheme of it.
Of course, we say that, and our BWP is like we spent an entire.
You spent an entire week just finding a still, and then you spent 2 days.
we
trying
still
to,
haven't used yet.
You still haven't used because you spent 2 days fighting off various people trying to keep the still.
My group has used the still one time, but they find it's just easier to go find vehicles that are running and take their vehicles and take their fuel.
Yeah, well, if all the enemy vehicles would stop having enemies in them, we could do the same thing. So you know what I end up doing? Hitting them
Running
with a
them over?
73 millimeter smoothbore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when that fails, you just park it in the back of a Zill.
But you guys on the Alpha team have to learn not to hit the fuel tank and waste all that fuel.
I was gonna say you guys did hit
battle.
both fuel tanks of both the vehicles that you fought last session. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we hit them with the PKT, which also doesn't
passenger using
help.
25.
Yeah, because if we wanted to do that, whoever was our best recon person,
Hold on.
throw them on the bike and let them go ahead. And
Are there any other armored Humvee-like vehicles, or is that really the only one? Like the Land Rover doesn't have a gun. Oh no, Land Rover would. Apparently, it's got 240. 1 and 375. That's. That's not right. That can't be right.
Oh, let's see here. It doesn't change with the unarmored one, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's exactly the same, which is why I'm confused. I think what they need to do is have the gunner be a. I mean, it's
I'm telling you, I think the gunner needs to be.
a dedicated crew. So I think it'll be 2 plus 4 then. No,
Yeah, that
no,
makes-
it'll
that
be
makes
2
more
plus
sense to
3
me.
with the gunner as a dedicated crew then.
all right, I'll change it to 2 plus 3. I like that better.
All right, I'll homebrew that later and put it in, but that's what we're gonna go with right now. So it'll still be 100, but you'll get the extra 25 off of
Which model is it?
1114.
Okay, the 1114 is part of the expanded capacity vehicle line,
Yes, yeah, I know.
and
I
those
know-
can
I know
carry
exactly
up
what page
to
you're
a
on.
6,800 pound payload.
Yeah.
So I think if you wanted to balance the game, 2 plus 4. If you wanted to be accurate, like it's probably 100 encumbrance or 100 cargo by itself without.
What did we
passengers.
figure out like encumbrance units are? How much the weight of I think we were going off the weight of water, like the actual weight of water, like IRL.
Water is 8 pounds per gallon, I think.
So a 5 gallon is 9.5 encumbrance units. So, so you said 8 pounds per gallon. So that's 40 for 9.5 encumbrance units. Hold on. So it's 1.6 pounds per gallon, and then so it's 1.6 pounds per about 2 EU. So you're you're basically carrying about 320 pounds. That is not right, then. if I'm going based off that math, which I'm sure is wrong, and I'm sure someone in chat is probably freaking out right now that my math is awful, but
So 100 encumbrance units is 312 pounds.
320 is what I calculated, which is probably wrong, but
That
that's
is
still ridiculously low regardless.
That is, yeah, that
It should be
again,
3 times that.
probably trying to make the game harder. I understand that, but like, got to be reasonable.
Like there's space in the back of the Humvee, right? Like it's not
yeah, absolutely.
like half the length of a Humvee is the fucking trunk space.
About a third, but you get the idea.
Yeah, it's still a lot. Okay, so I will post this up in the forums, but so we don't keep this session going super long, just trying to figure out starting gear, we will say it probably has double the double the cargo that it has, but we're going to roll with the gunner does not count as cargo when he's in the gunner's seat.
Yeah, I think that's valid.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, alright, so we got Jimmy driving, who's gunning then?
Who's got the best heavy?
That would definitely be me because I signed up for Red Leg as a mortar crew. So I get +1 to heavy weapons with that, but I also elevated my heavy weapons skill.
Cool.
I have a B, I think. Let me check.
Remember, you use agility when it's a mounted weapon.
Oh, fuck. Are you kidding me? Well, I mean, I have a C agility.
That's fine.
Yeah, so the heavy weapon skills for shoulder, agility instead of strength as the primary for that. So it's agility plus heavy weapons instead of agility and ranged combat. So
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So my heavy weapons is still B, but I have a C agility, whereas my strength is a B.
So it's slightly worse, but it's not too different. Yeah,
It's not terrible.
And then for when firing artillery, use intelligence as your primary attribute with the skill. So it just changes the attribute, not the skill. So you still use the heavy weapon skill.
Okay. Well, with artillery, just so everyone knows, I have a C in that in intelligence. So I tried to be a balanced person because that's what the army would teach you to be.
Gotcha.
But my specialty was mortars.
Cool.
I don't know. I felt like having a mortar, but we didn't decide to take a mortar.
Well, do we want to take our fourth? Would you let us take a mortar?
I think if it's a small enough one, I think we went that it could.
It'd be the 60 millimeter, if anything. Let me look up the encumbrance.
Because I mean, a mortar's not really a rocket launcher.
No, but we'd have to roll for the ammo then too.
Yeah, it would be D3 reload, so you'd get up to 3 mortar shells. Let me check the stats for that if you guys wanted to. Yeah, so mortar, yeah, it'd be the 60.
I mean, it fits his character. I mean, he is probably the mortar guy for the unit.
It's a 6 encumbrance unit for the 60 millimeter.
It's a 5
10
damage,
for the
3 crit,
81.
C blast compared to. Let's just look at the U.S. weapons.
It'd be an M224A1 probably.
Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of comparable to like an AT4. I mean, the damage is less than an AT4. The crit's a little higher. Obviously, the range would be the big thing. And obviously using a different skill for it. Yeah, range is 35. But if we're going... I mean, the Javelin is a 40 range, so...
The Javelin's also guided.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could say that a 60 would be
A 60
acceptable
wouldn't be
if
terrible
you
as
guys
far as encumbrance
convince-
either. Let's see.
Uncle Mark, yeah, you probably are synced with the live feed. I just have it up on just this page, but nothing's moving right now. You should see it moving now. We're just discussing stats for starting gear. This is their session 0. And they're just trying to figure out what they need before they move off.
Yeah, if we want to do that, we can. I'll update my character sheet so it has a 60 millimeter mortar.
It's taking that as the final group gear.
I mean, it's up to you guys. It doesn't weigh a lot.
I like to see how the mortars work personally.
And
Yeah,
224.
Let's wait and see what Arcot says, because he might want something specific from the group gear.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I'm going to add it to my character sheet just so I know what the 60 millimeter mortar is.
The group gear doesn't really matter to me. I'm relatively self-sufficient with what I got, so I mean, whatever you guys want.
Okay. All right.
Ooh, it's got +2 armor.
Yeah, that's what's nice.
That's a huge bonus. All right.
Remember that.
Well,
Remember that gives more to the armor. You want the negative for the armor.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's the other way around.
Wait, what?
So
Yeah,
a negative armor value means that it degrades armor more than a positive. The armor value adds to the armor of the target. It's weird, I know, but that's how that's how they do it. Remember,
You sure it's not
they're-
just the difference between the alpha and the beta stuff coming?
I don't know if that's going to change, because remember, they're basically doing the combat kind of more like a war game. So think like Warhammer, like 40k, where like there's armor values and wounds and shit.
Aircraft's getting on now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, all the howitzers have +2 armor.
Well, yeah, because it's gonna. Well, are you doing high explosive, or what are you looking at for the shell type?
So I'm under. Let's see here.
Artillery howitzers.
Yeah, artillery mortars. All the mortars are +2 armor.
So the armor is HE only. White
that's
phosphorus,
why they don't have
chemical, and illumination
AP.
rounds,
Okay.
no direct damage effect.
Jesus.
So it's assuming that it's, I assume not airburst, but probably impact and then AoE explosion with shrapnel.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, because it says ammo, HE, white phos, chem, illumination. Okay, let me roll the D. It's a D3, right?
Oh, well, our cut's hopping on, so let's see what he says.
I'm gonna be so mad if he chooses not to.
Did you get a 3?
I got a 3.
Well, you convinced the other group to get an armored vehicle when Nick was like, nah. So we'll see if you can do it again with this one.
Did I?
Yeah, Nick was like, let's get like a truck, so we're not, a huge
No,
target.
pick the Humvee so we can get the M2.
You wanted a Bradley, I think, at first, and he was like, no.
I always want the Bradley.
All right.
How could you not want a Bradley?
My group rolled the APC, and they didn't want it. So I let them sell it back at half off, and then they went with a Hummer, and they got some extra equipment. And in game, they actually traded the APC for a carton of cigarettes.
What?
It hurts my soul.
Because the guy's like this Russian guy, he just wanted cigarettes. So he didn't care. They already had the Hummer. in character, but in character he traded away because he didn't care about the APC. He just wanted the carton cigarettes, and the officer was standing there going,
What
and then
the
he flubbed
fuck are you
his.
doing?
And then the officer flubbed his negotiation skill. It was classic.
Oh god.
It was awesome.
Oh, that's
we were all dying.
that's good. That's funny. I can't not say that wasn't funny. As terrifying as it is.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we have Jimmy driving. Who's gunning then?
Garrett, I think.
Well, no, I was gonna be. If I'm the officer in charge, the vehicle commander sits in the passenger seat technically.
To be radio up. Okay.
But I also have the highest heavy weapon skill, so I probably would be up top.
Yeah, you really don't want to give up the. You really want to give up the fire that big boy.
I mean,
You are
It's
the
a-
sergeant, so you could override that.
It's a throaty. It's a throaty boy. It's got a concussion to it.
Because does anybody else have heavy weapons skill shooting?
I don't think so.
Jimmy does, but you want him driving.
I may want to retool my character sheet then if for heavy weapons. Oh, that's heavy weapons for mounted.
Yeah, so it'll use heavy weapons regardless, but it uses agility for mounted instead of strength. So if you're shoulder firing a rocket launcher,
That's strength.
it's strength. If you're
But what about a mortar? Is that agility
the
or
mortar
is
will be
that?
intelligence,
Oh, mortar would be intelligence.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then maybe.
and then the Madus is a
Well, I mean, I am C.
the Madus is actually is range. It's not heavy because it's an LMG. Well, it's a GPMG, I believe, but it's
a HMG.
is that
Yeah, you might want to see about switching strength and agility.
I have A agility, but not heavy weapons. I'm in ranged combat.
Yeah. Well, if I could technically game
heavy
that a
weapons
little
is a
bit.
collective term for rocket launchers, grenade launchers, anti-tank missiles, large caliber guns, mortars, howitzers. Hand grenades also, but have special rules. I'm just double checking. They don't have. What is actually counted as heavy? Then I mean, I guess. Oh, here we go.
I mean, I'm not gonna switch like heavy weapons range combat or anything like that, but having the agility would probably be, and I could game that a little bit too because I.
Okay, so it is machine guns would count, I guess, as heavy. So I wonder if I should be having Matt roll with the heavy for the PKM.
If it's just on a tripod or like it would be strength, but if it's attached to the vehicle, it's agility.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
Have we been rolling that wrong the whole time?
We may have. It's a little vague.
Oops.
I think I've been doing it wrong too. In my game.
LMG, GPMG, HMG. Those are the three machine gun types.
Yeah, the M2's a HMG, but the GPMG would be our PKT. But does that also count for the 73 millimeter then too?
It's really vague, and I'm not 100% sure. Chapter 5 describes a variety of firearms and other ranged weapons.
Now the question is, do I roll to determine what each of the 3 rounds becomes. Because it could be HE, White Phos, Chem, or Illum.
I would just let you pick those if you wanted.
Okay. Well, chemical kind of sucks. like just in my head, like obviously HE can cause damage. Illumination allows us to see at night if we travel at night, and White Phos is a smokescreen if we wanted to use it as a way to provide cover to get out or go somewhere else. So I'm kind of leaning towards an H, 2 HE and 1 white. But that'll depend if we can even take the mortar in the first place.
Anyone in chat who's played Twilight, then how are you guys running the heavy weapons? Let's see if anyone knows. Do you count LMGs as heavy, or do you guys count it as a normal ranged weapon? Because the player's manual is a little vague on that. It's just another guy named Harry playing, or have you not played 4E? I'm wondering if you're still in the stream.
Well, the other question is would you let him take a smoke ammo versus WP?
Well, that's what WP is.
No, WP is incendiary.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh,
In this
yeah.
game, it's incendiary. Yeah,
It's technically both.
it is.
If you want to get real technical.
Stat-wise in game, it's a fire blast weapon. There are smoke rounds. Where is it?
Oh yeah, it says heavy weapon skill is used for firing all heavy weapons, including throwing hand grenades. However, when firing mounted weapons, you must use agility instead of strength, and when firing artillery, mortars, and howitzers, use intelligence. Well then, I may have to rearrange my sheet a little bit. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, hold on. There's a like a blurb. Where is it? Here's the example. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, so Ronson 249 agility and range combat. So a 249 is a LMG. So that counts as range combat.
Yeah.
According to the book. So then I guess the question is, what's the difference between general purpose and HMG? Is GPMG the cutoff for heavy, or is HMG the cutoff for heavy? Like, is an M60 a heavy?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think it's classified as a heavy machine gun.
No,
the
M60 is a GP.
Yeah, the M240 and the M60 are considered general purpose machine guns. But the question is whether or not it's a heavy weapon skill or a
ranged combat.
A ranged combat skill. Well, let's look at gunner. Let's see what the attribute.
Well, the specialty is machine gunner.
I don't know. I have different.
I have a quick question on the side.
Yeah.
Okay, which page has the backpack and like the stuff you can carry in a person? Because I have a little bit of extra weight. I could maybe add a little bit more encumbrance.
Are you talking in roll 20?
No, he's
Yeah.
Before I use.
it's just weird. He's got a weird
In the handbook, which page is it?
gears
You're
on
talking about this stuff.
encumbrance.
Why are you standing on the toilet? Makes it easier.
Say that again?
No. No.
Jesus.
You're just trying to climb and
Encumbrance on page
slowly
19.
climb. If you don't climb,
PDF page
19.
20. Who's yelling about a
PDF page 19?
Yeah.
it makes it easier.
Jesus.
I don't see it.
I think all the machine guns are classified as heavy weapons.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Yeah. Uncle Mark says is either depending on if it's mounted or handheld. So I guess if it has the tripod.
You're not going to handheld a heavy machine gun, though.
No, you're gonna mount it on like a wall, if anything. Just like put it on like a brick wall or a
Right.
stone wall or whatever. Yeah, or a windowsill. Or if you're gun gamers, 2 baby dolls.
I regret not going to that MSW.
This is weird. Like, so heavy weapons has machine gunner, firing light, medium, and heavy because a +1 modifier. That's specialty. Range combat. Is
Well, that's under. I was gonna say under specialty, heavy weapons specialist. One of them is machine gunner.
yeah. That's what I just said. So I think is medium just
So you
general
get-
purpose. This is where they do
General purpose would be a medium machine gun.
Yeah. But what's weird is the saw, so the 249 in the example is range combat instead of heavy weapons.
What? Okay, now I see. Now I'm confused.
Which is why I'm also confused. So I don't know if what's going on with that because they don't give Ronson stats. Ronson is one of the book NPCs.
Uh-huh.
That's the example.
Yeah, that's weird. It should be. In my head, it makes sense that it's a heavy weapon.
Yeah, all I feel like all LMGs, GPMGs, and heavy MGs should be counted as heavy, but they seem to be doing weird stuff.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
not-
the heavy
it's not the
weapon
only
skill-
weird thing. They don't seem to know if they want to do rocket launcher or AT rocket launcher as the abbreviation for it. They don't have any actually listed as ATRL. It's all RL, but the ATRL is the one on the list of like, this is a type of gun that you can get. But in the stats, they're all listed as RL instead. And there's a lot of weird typos. Remember, this is an alpha. We don't have the beta yet. Maybe some of this stuff will get changed.
Yeah, if you go based on what it says in the skills section on
Mhm.
page 48, heavy weapons is the skill to fire machine guns, rocket launchers, mortars, and tank guns, and howitzers, and other heavy weapons. Specialties apply to specific types, and one of the specialties is one for light, medium, and heavy machine guns,
Yeah.
whereas range combat is the skill to fire handheld range weapons such as pistols, bows, submachine guns, and assault rifles.
And shotguns, yeah. And then also sniper rifles and hunting rifles, but yeah. So,
Right.
okay.
But they're a lot different
Yeah.
than, like, an M249 is 15 pounds.
Yeah.
That's heavy. A 240 is 23 pounds. And an M2, last time I checked my number, was 127 pounds.
Yeah, they're big. So
They're
I
chunkies.
think then oh, and what's weird is Ronson. It even says in the example, Ronson has the machine gunner specialty.
Yeah, but why would you use range combat?
Yeah, I think it's a typo.
It'd be because it'd be strength and heavy weapons.
So he's got the so he's prone. I think they're counting it as mounted because I think does a 249 have a bipod, right?
It does.
Okay, so I think they're counting it as mounted.
supposed to.
So it would be agility and should be heavy weapons instead of range combat there. So I think that's just a typo on that. So all LMGs, we'll have to let Nick know. Going to be heavy weapons with
I mean, this alpha at this point is like 6 months old, isn't it?
November. It came out literally Black Friday.
Okay, so it's 5 months old.
Yeah.
Who knows what kind of changes they've done?
So I wonder if they're going to correct the fact that Diaz is both a male and a female. Diaz is the NPC mechanic. She's, I guess, a Hispanic, like, grease monkey kid. That trope. but they have her listed as like male and female, like multiple different times.
Oh,
so
boy.
They just can't seem to decide. Her picture's female for sure, but it's just weird. They can't seem to decide whether or not they want her to be male or female.
All right, Arcot, welcome to the fun.
Welcome.
All right.
So allow me to convince you why one of our group gear items should be a mortar.
See you.
I have retooled my character sheet now 3 times to advance my skills in the use of a mortar. So then this begs an interesting question then. What is a grenade launcher?
See, that's the weird thing. So grenade launcher is... that's the other weird one.
That should be heavy.
Grenade launcher is definitely heavy. So if you have an underbarrel grenade launcher, it is a heavy weapon.
Okay.
The abbreviation for it is...
I think it's UBGL.
I believe it's just GL. Because the other one is, like I said, either RL or ATRL. But there are no ATRL weapons per their stat blocks. They're all listed as RL, rocket launcher.
Oh, okay.
So
I see it now.
That one's like or ATGM. So there's ATGM or RL, but there's no ATRL.
I gotcha.
It's a weird...
Yeah, they haven't updated it clearly.
It's a weird holdover. Remember, there's still the... The Secret Squirrel is saying that first edition range combat was machine guns. So, yeah, this may change. It might just be they're not sure what they want it to do as, because hand grenades are the specialty for hand grenades is in range, but hand grenades are a heavy. So this is
weapon.
another weird one like that.
So I like the idea of a mortar.
It doesn't take up that much room, and I
can break
rolled
it
to
down,
get
I
the
believe.
maximum number of rounds that we can carry with it to start. Actually,
it
let
can
me
be
look up.
broken down into tube, bipod, base plate, and sight. So a 2, a 1, and a 1. It takes 1 stretch to assemble and disassemble. So about 5 to 10 or 15 minutes.
What says everybody else?
Everybody else picked their group gear. So we got a dirt bike. We got a couple of extra belts for the Modus, and then what was the other thing? Extra fuel. 11 liters.
You know what? I'm okay with us having a mortar, because you know what? Fuck them guys over there in particular.
Yes.
Uncle Mark says, page 65, all machine guns use heavy weapons skill. Where are we going with that? Let's see.
Yes, I don't think the issue is that it's a heavy weapon skill, but it's... Well...
Oh, I see.
No, never
Here we
mind.
go. 65. Ah, there we go. Yep. Machine guns. All machine guns are... so it's page 64 for me. Fired using heavy weapon skill. There are 3 types indicated. LMG normally fired from a bipod. Can be fired when carried, but with a -2 modifier. GPMG, normally fired from bipod, tripod, or vehicle mount. Can be fired when carried with a -3 modifier.
Oh, yikes.
And then heavy can only be fired from tripod or vehicle mount. So they are mounted, so you do get the agility as the attribute for it, for heavies.
Okay.
But so this one is vehicle mounted. I don't believe you guys would have a tripod for. I assume there might be one in like the back somewhere of the truck.
I don't know if they issue them
With the vehicle
that way
crews.
for a Humvee.
All right. Well, thank you, Uncle Mark, for that one. It's weird that it's listed in the ranged combat part of the bit and not the heavy weapons part 2 pages later.
Yeah, like that paragraph is just sitting there.
It's literally just sitting in there in between terrain and then one-handed shooting. All right. So yes, Arcat, we haven't really started. Basically, you can read the blurb in the Discord and the recaps. It's the one that was covered. It's titled "Death of a Division." You can probably find it in there. Did Arcat leave? No, he's still here. Okay.
No, I'm
It's,
still here.
it's,
I'm
sh- it's
just
showing you're
on,
offline. That might be why
push
it's
talk.
doing weird stuff. But that's the basic start for this. But yeah, so they're just finishing up picking group gear. Are you guys going with the 60mm mortar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. So this will count as the any grenade or rocket launcher.
So then the question is, what type of rounds do we want to carry? So my suggestion is 2 HE and 1 white phosphor.
That's cool. I like to see people burn.
That was my thought. Pull a Spec Ops The Line.
A little bit of shake and bake.
A little shake and bake.
All right, we'll do
Yeah,
that.
a good friend of mine was a mortar, and that's what they called it when they dropped HE and then followed it up with a little bit of that Willie Pete.
Gonna be. I wish I could carry more than D3. Oof.
You're going to
Normally
find
the-
them too.
Normally the mortar like cans I think holds 6.
Yeah, but we just finished a 12-hour fight, so
That's fair. We just picked up whatever we could carry.
You basically hopped in the closest vehicle and hauled ass.
So we got lucky is what happened.
Ooh, this one had a mortar in it. Yeah.
Well, it's probably I mean, if you want to game it a little bit too, I could have taken the Humvee out of my squad or platoon and just like rounded up whoever I could find and then got out of Dodge. Oh, how's everyone for food?
I got 6 MREs and 4 canteens.
Okay, you're fine.
Bobby over
I
here has
have
one
one of
MRE
each.
and 1 canteen.
Oh, yikes. We're gonna have to find water.
Can I just share?
You can.
You can, but I only have 2 water and 5 MREs. It's not gonna last us very long.
So
Yeah, I have
overall
3
starting, you guys
water.
have 11 canteens.
Oh, okay. That's not terrible.
Yeah, Jimmy has 4. Bobby has 1. Sergeant Schneider. Garrett, is your first name just going to be Garrett in game too?
It is, yes.
Okay, I'll just do that then.
Yeah, that works.
And
I
then
just put it that way. That way I know when I go to select the character.
Yeah,
That's why I did it that way.
okay.
Yeah, I'm basically playing me. That's why I wanted the mortar.
That will actually help
Mortar,
with this.
mortar.
So, Erica, we do have one question. You took the pain meds versus the surgical tools. Was
I don't
there-
think he took either of them.
Oh, he didn't take either?
No, so that was the other thing.
Oh.
You missed one thing on your character sheet. You can take either a set of pain meds or a set of surgical tools as part of the medic.
Take the tools.
Pain meds
I'll do
will
the
heal
surgical
damage
tools.
once per shift. The tools will help with fatal critical injuries.
Yeah, definitely taking the tools.
Okay. All right, I will just put that on your sheet in this moment. Let's see. Nope, wrong tab. Robert, how do you say the last name?
Gidry.
Gidry. All right.
Plus, the surgical tools make it really cool. So if you use a med kit first and fail the roll, you can then do it again with the med kits, with the surgical tools.
Ah.
It's enhanced tools.
Mm-hmm.
Are they reusable?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, the tools are reusable, but it gives you the chance to re-roll if you messed up. Unless it's a mishap, I guess.
Okay.
I know. We found out how dangerous. I found out how dangerous mishaps were last session.
Mm-hmm.
Rolled a lot of ones.
Surgical instruments are 1 encumbrance unit. It's like a bag of them, basically. All right.
Oh, so in the vehicle, can you put vehicle tools in the encumbrance? Because I'm not carrying them.
Sounds good to me. You can take them off of your sheet. Do you want them in the back of the Humvee, I assume? Or do you want them on the dirt
Yeah.
bike? Okay.
Humvee.
Okay.
The motorcycle ain't mine. I just...
Well, okay
it's-
then, Peter. Then let me ask this question: if we have so many units of encumbrance in the Humvee, we put the bike in the back of the Humvee. Do we add the encumbrance units that the motorcycle can carry to
Yes.
what the Humvee's total then?
And then you're gonna park the fucking Humvee in the back of a Zill, and then you're gonna find an AC 130 and park it all in an AC 130. No.
Just saying. How do you want
I
to
would
game this?
I would say no.
Boo! You're no fun.
Because for 25 encumbrance, unless you're putting some tiny items like extra mags in the saddlebags, the encumbrance is basically whatever you can lash down on the rear bumper of the splash guard.
The dirt bike only has 5 anyway.
It is 25.
No, that's the motorcycle.
Oh, am I looking at the wrong one? Wrong motorcycle?
I put motorcycle, and then you said, no, it's a dirt bike, so then I had to change all the numbers. But the dirt bike only has
gotcha. Okay,
5.
so yeah, dirt bike is only 5. So yeah, it's
Oh,
never.
okay, never mind then. See, I thought it was 25. I was like, 25 is kind of a lot.
On the dirt bike, you can't even carry an additional person. The motorcycle, the +1 is the cargo because it's 25.
Gotcha.
Which ain't true. You could put a second person on a dirt bike.
If it'll be over encumbered though, move at half speed.
That's kind of accurate.
And very uncomfortable. Secret Scroll says Russian nesting vehicles. Alright. Yeah, and Secret Scroll, I know you were talking about this in the Discord, is that the issue comes up a lot with the stat and skill confusion is because they're all overgeneralized, whereas in previous versions they had very specific, like all the specialties were the skills, and so now they have the specialties being little extra bonuses instead of the actual skills. So they're trying to simplify it for a newer, more modern, I guess you could say, role-playing game community.
Yeah, I see. Okay, I see it now.
Because so for comparison, for D&D, 5 or 4E had like 12 skills. 3.5 had like 26 or more, because then you had all the different knowledge skills. You had knowledge arcana, knowledge history. Those were all separate. Now you just have intelligence and then arcana history, whatever. And so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just a more modern way of doing it. But all right, so we are starting out. I guess we can just get started now that we've finally picked all the group gear. Arcade, I do still need pictures at some point for a character art, or I'll just use the stand-in archetype medic guy for yours.
I'm actually looking at one right now to send to you.
Okay, all right, and then because I see you have you're muted in Roll20. If you just want to go to the settings page down above experimental features, there's 2 settings you want to set. I want to broadcast to others, and I want to receive from others to both nothing, and then in parentheses disable, and that will fix the any possible weird feedback we get from Roll20.
All right, that's set right now.
All right, cool. All right, so yes, once again, it is midnight. You guys hear the artillery across the river still pounding Calise. The group has kind of decided to head west to Ruiz, and then south to try to meet up with either 3rd U.S. or 18th Corps HQ, because your HQ is not doing so hot right now. You guys weren't doing great before your attack unloads, and we're doing even worse after, and then the Russians showed up.
Yeah, and then the Russians happened. So, all right. So we have Jimmy driving, who is gunning. That would be me.
Okay, and then
After much debate, I think it's still me.
Okay.
But I did shift my character sheet around a little bit.
Okay,
But I updated
just,
it in Roll20.
Yeah, that's fine. We're still session 0, so figuring stuff out works for me. And once beta does come out, I will allow people to like change their characters a little bit for any new specialties and stuff, just to make it fit with what we have and what works. So that works. All right. Okay, and then we got 3 passengers, Bobby and Fell. So for people who are watching, so we got a couple characters. We got Jimmy, he's a mechanic. Felsia, she's a Polish operator, sniper. We have Garrett. He is a kind of a grunt and an officer. And then
NCO.
NCO, and then we have Bobby, who we're getting character art for. He is going to be a combat medic. So this is session 0, so bear with us if we have any issues and it takes a little it takes slow to get moving. Some of these guys have not played before, so we're just rolling with that. That is not the right.
Is the Roll20 chat a general purpose or just for in-game characters or something?
It can be either. You can set your speaking as to your character if you wanted to do in-character stuff, or you could just do it as just yourself. So if I wanted to, I could talk as a Gaz 66. But there's really no point for that.
Yeah, I think it'd be one thing if like we didn't know each other and we don't have Discord.
Yeah.
But obviously not super.
All right,
super important to us.
Jimmy, go ahead and roll a driving roll for me to start moving.
Oh, what a way to start.
We get no success and 1 mishap. You can push that roll if you want.
The answer is yes.
Yeah. Ignore the second die.
Yep. All right. So the first one is a 5, so it's still not a success. So not as bad as the first roll for Alpha Group, but still not great. All right. Give me just a D10 roll for a hazard, and we will see what happens.
Oh god, please not radiation again.
7. Okay. All right, so you guys, with your top speed, you guys are moving on the road, but it is nighttime, so it is marked as dusk in the summer, but it's still dark. So, weather does not driving at night, so it has the effective travel speed. So you guys are able to go a total of.
I'm sorry that I'm playing Isaiah, but if you want me to play this like ranked, I have you. No, he's buns. He's the bungaduns.
There we go. All right. So the travel speed is going to be 5. So you can go up to 5 hexes. So you guys want to go straight into Ostro?
Nah, Chief. Cameron double bird bar right now.
Are you guys? So you guys are heading straight into Ostro,
Cameron, come
right?
on.
So moving into Ostro, you guys would then have to switch to city travel, and that might take up the rest of your.
Yeah, get to the other end of. Oh, that's a big thing.
Yeah. So, all right. So moving into Ostro, let me quick Google, see how wide that city is.
I might have to grab some, axe.
Hey Tater, how did you want me to send you those the token and the
You can either just post
I'll be
it
right
up
back.
in Roll20. All right, Ostro is a 7-kilometer wide city, so you guys will not be able to make it all the way through it on this shift. So you guys slow down in there. So you guys make it about halfway through Ostro. And before suddenly the vehicle slams into a parked car, let's just say, and you guys suffer. Let's see, you suffer some damage to the front. You guys are on road, equal to its travel speed rating at this point is 5. So you guys suffer 5 front damage, and the vehicle becomes bogged down. It's stuck. So you guys are stuck in Ostro. So the front 3, so you take 2 damage to the front of the vehicle after the armor rating. The front armor is completely fucked.
This isn't even like sweating. This is just.
And then the component damage would be. Let's see here.
Jimmy begins to cry
Forcing my hand.
because he just messed up his ride.
Yeah.
You're spamming on ads.
Roll the 1, so you hit the fuel tank.
It's a Zolan
the
at
tank is
Holgren.
leaking right now.
In an experiment.
So the fuel capacity is halved until repaired. So you guys.
Well, luckily we don't have more than half fuel.
Yeah, so you guys don't lose any fuel, but you do a leaky fuel tank. It cannot hold more than half a tank right now. And the vehicle is stuck, wedged up on this pile of debris around this parked car. Ostro, pretty bombed city, so you just didn't see it coming around a corner, and you just slammed right into it.
What's our reliability drop down to?
So it was 2. Hold on. It'll drop down to a B.
Okay.
But it won't suffer the malfunction because the malfunction's already that you guys crashed.
What happened? We crashed?
Yes.
Did I go flying from the vehicle?
No. No, you guys in the darkness, you guys just turned a corner and just slammed into a parked car. You just took the corner a little too fast.
Okay.
So the front armor for the vehicle is completely damaged. It's
You don't remember?
and then you guys took 2 points of damage to the fuel tank somehow.
So we're 0 front armor.
You have 0 front armor at the moment, and a damaged fuel tank right now. So,
Fuel
And
tank
you
that's
are
like
stuck.
almost ready to leak.
so
Cameron, you want to go join a party with them? Why?
Well, we can use the chat for dialogue, right?
you guys can, yeah. You get to use either the Roll20 chat or you guys can use the in-session chat in
His mic
Discord.
broke, by the way.
Oh. What would you guys prefer?
Doesn't matter to me.
So they.
So it's still nighttime. You guys have only gone about, let's say, maybe 13 kilometers. You made it into the city, but are now stuck. So.
I cute.
And the crash was very loud as well.
Well, Jimmy's sitting there crying.
Put it in the chat.
Ooh, wrong one.
We're gonna text everything we say in character. That's gonna take forever.
No, you don't have to do
Yeah,
it.
you guys don't have to.
Some people do it for the effect. Okay, so crash was very loud.
Mm-hmm.
Our vehicle still works, but we have no front armor.
And it is stuck currently. You're gonna have to try to get it out.
Well, then time to panic. 2 people have to get out and push.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
going to
getting
leave the
loose
gun just
requires
because
a
we're stuck.
stamina roll. So
Take stress.
yeah, you do take a stress from the fail on the push. Yeah.
Yep.
Do all of us do, or
No,
just?
just Jimmy
No,
because he failed the driving roll and he failed the push on it.
Oh, okay.
So who's getting out and going to push the vehicle free?
I guess I am. I'm
Okay.
gonna help.
All right, so go ahead and give me a stamina roll. So that is going to be strength and stamina. So you roll both of those dice. So for you, it would be a D8 and a D8. So you roll 2 D8 to try to help push the vehicle free. If anybody else is helping, you get a +1 to that, so you can step one of those dice up to a D10.
Well, Sean, you should go out and help too. We need to get unstuck. That way we can get out of here. Did we lose Sean?
I think Sean's trying to keep his mic quiet because he's got loud roommates.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Okay. All right. So yeah. So it'll be a D10 and a D8 from Bobby on the stamina roll. Go ahead and give me that. So you can either do it in. I mean that works. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, that's good.
That's 2 successes. So that is enough. You guys working together. You guys push the vehicle free. But like I said, the front end is pretty mangled. It looks repairable though. You're just gonna have to find some new armor plating, and then the gas tank. You're gonna need some vehicle parts to fix it up. We'll say like a gas line broke, basically. All right. All right. So no failed rolls. So that doesn't end the shift. Who? Garrett, I assume you were keeping watch.
Yes. Got the roll.
Okay. Yeah, go for that. It's a recon.
Recon roll.
Recon?
All right, we got 1 success. As
Oh, I clicked survival instead of recon, but it's the same.
That's okay. Yeah, I was gonna say
it's the same values.
Same dice. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's. You guys don't see anything. It doesn't look like the crash attracted any unwanted attention from you guys. So you guys keep moving through the city for the next shift?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so give me another driving roll.
Oh, this is better.
Because this is a new shift.
Gain some experience, dog.
And
Note to self, you're going to be...
starts to break. There we go, that's better. That's one success. That's all you need.
That's all I needed.
Yep, all right, so you guys make it out of the city. It takes up another 2 hexes moving to get out of the city, city hexes, and so you got... you go back up to your max of 10. So you guys can make it to Krotoszyn by, let's say, like 9 a.m.
Okay.
So you guys make it through Ostro. It's pretty much a ghost town. Just the city's just quiet, except for when you guys rammed into a parked car.
Well, I was mostly like, shit, we need to get this figured out because the Soviets are probably right behind us.
Yeah, so you guys are just moving away from that. So, all right, this town is Krotoszyn. Let's see if I can... Krotoszyn. Oh, here we go. This one is 5 kilometers across. So you guys are able to make it all the way through Krotoszyn if you want to. Let's see if any encounter happens for this one. All right, I believe this one will. There we go. You guys see a column of black smoke rising up ahead on the outskirts of the other side of the city.
Do we dare approach?
It is in the direction you're going.
What do you guys think?
Is there how much covers between us and the smoke? Is there a place we can?
Oh, there's absolutely lots of buildings there. I can I'll pull up a map for you. We'll use the big city map for this. Let's see if I can get you guys set up. Oh, here we go. Let's clear that. Clear that. This map still had Oh, this map still has the bus on it from Gerard. Let's get rid of that bus.
When I got my snake bite.
Yeah.
Stupid snake bite.
All right.
Followed me ever since.
Okay. All right, so let's switch you guys over to the new map. All right, so this is a large map. So you guys are going to be starting in the south east corner by that parking garage. You guys basically come out from around the parking garage, and as you're dodging the potholes in the street from previous bombing runs, you guys see off in the distance, about 3-4 blocks away, a large column of black smoke coming from what looks like an apartment building area.
Which is it on this map?
Yeah, so it'll be up in that area, pretty much.
Okay. Do we want to park do this right. Oh, shit.
Like up here.
And then so here's
Well-
Jimmy's next to the sheet. Snyder's next
What's
to the
the button to
sheet.
do the blip?
You just click and
It's,
hold.
What's it?
You just click and hold. Oops.
I was gonna suggest there. Wow, I'm dark blue.
I don't see you.
Here. Right there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's close.
It's about 200 meters away. About 250 meters away.
I mean, we could also park over here where you guys were suggesting, and then walk it on foot. That way we're not. But at the same time, the Humvee is a 50 cal.
Right. What I was thinking of, if we park here, unhook the motorcycle, and let the motorcycle go check it out.
No, that's not a bad idea.
Because they can bug out quickly, and if they see spot something, they can get us. We can get over there quickly, as long as I roll good.
I have binoculars. Why don't I just like get to a safe spot and see what I can see on foot
There is the
without
parking
having to
garage
expend
next
any
to it.
equipment
Looks-
and
parking
use
garage-
gas.
We could go over here then.
Cameron's gonna lose. To
That's
this
what I was
guy.
thinking.
The parking
Okay.
garage is about 3 stories, so you could probably get up on that and see over at least the first row of buildings.
Why don't we do that then?
Oh, wait, are we doing the 3rd-story building or the one over?
Why are we so toxic?
I think Fel was saying getting up on the parking garage just north of you guys. And-
Oh, we could do that. Then we don't have to go anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys head up there. And there's Fel. All right, so
Worst comes to worst, we could just set up the mortar because I think we could reach them with the mortar.
mhm. All right, so you guys. All right, so you guys see just over there. It looks like there's some sort of vehicle on fire and some bodies laying around. It looks like there may have been some sort of ambush or firefight just on the corner, or on the corner of this building here, and more scattered up through the bushes. But yeah, this car here is on fire.
So that's what the smoke is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess now the question is it worth it to try and go over there to see if there's anything else? Or if it's like, oh, if it's just a smoking car, do we just continue on?
Is it possible to scavenge?
I mean, the car's on fire. I don't know how
No,
much. we're
look
gonna
at the
get out of that.
bodies. Are they? What are these bodies? Are they civilians that were killed, or?
Through your binoculars, you'd be able to see they look to be soldiers. It looks like they're
They look to
wearing
be what?
NATO fatigues.
Oh, okay. It might have already been looted.
As you're watching, a couple of them do seem to be moving around, but they all look very injured, if not fatally wounded.
Can we identify who they are?
Yeah, keep Sean. Yeah, keep Sean.
You're not able to see unit identifiers from here through the binoculars. There's a little bit of tree cover in the way, but it looks like they're probably NATO, probably
Well.
US.
Well, it's probably an ambush. But do we want to move closer? Like we can move here. Then the 50 cal has a straight line, and then we
Yeah,
can
I
get
like
out.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like that. And we got security. In case she goes south, that'll work.
Yo, bro, he was gonna get me off stage.
All right, we're gonna do that, Peter.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and move your vehicle to where you want it. And I will let you know if anything happens.
So we're gonna.
Okay, so you're going to set up in between those two buildings around the purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna. Well, we don't have any frontal armor, so I guess the side is our best bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
We'll
dumb.
move Jimmy over. There we go. Okay.
Did
I
I
assume you
not-
guys are all still in the vehicle at this point. You guys have not dismounted. I just have you guys out so you know where you are.
No, I refuse.
I was just. Where is Jimmy?
I moved him over. He's in the rock
Oh,
pile.
there he is.
Yep.
Okay.
You can put an aura on him if you want. You should be able to do that if you're having trouble seeing him.
No,
How
I
do you
see
do
him
that?
now.
Oh, get him.
Okay. All right. And then Bobby, I'll get you your character sheet or your character art in a second. Let's see.
Who was Bobby?
That
Arcot?
Arcot's character. Robert goes by Bobby.
Bobby. What rank are you?
Specialist.
I am a specialist.
Oh, okay. So I still outrank you. Okay.
You just picked up a bunch of random lower enlisted.
Well,
dudes, like,
no,
"Come
it
on."
gets tricky because Felicia is technically like staff sergeant equivalent, but she's
Not
Polish
US,
and
yeah.
we're mostly American. So I'm basically telling you, you listen to me.
So is that fire pretty much giving them cover over there, or are we able to see anything from where we're at?
It's less it's less cover. You can definitely see there are a few NATO soldiers. It looks like about a squad of let's see if I get the numbers. There's probably like 8 dead and maybe another 4 or so wounded. I was gonna say, I think you guys are visible to them. So one of them starts calling out. He sees the truck, your Humvee roll up.
Do you speak English?
Yeah, he responds in English. They're
Okay.
with a very U.S. accent.
Well, I guess.
One more.
Let's see here. I have command, not manipulation. So, I ask him if there is any Soviets around.
He just back. It wasn't Soviets. It was a partisan group.
Are they still around?
He yells back, "No, it was like an hour ago, but both my legs were shot. I can't move. Are you gonna help us or not?"
Well, we don't have our medic with us is the problem.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, we do?
It's Arcot.
Yeah, I'm here.
Duh. All
Oh,
right.
I thought you were just saying that in character. We don't have a medic.
Keeps driving.
Fuck you. All right, so we'll move in closer. We'll help these guys out.
Okay.
Try to. I don't want to use up like our medical supplies, but we could at least use the surgical instruments if there's anything that we can do with those.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so rules-wise, these guys are all going to be incapacitated. So they're basically at 0 hit capacity right now.
Okay.
So you can treat them and get them back into 1 hit capacity, if you guys wish. So an IFAC would work. The guys who have had the critical injuries, looks like they've already bled out.
Oh, so they're dead.
Oh yeah, the guys who are dead are very dead. The ones who here they just suffered some minor, I would say minor injuries. They were definitely shot up, and it looks like all their gear has been taken. You don't see any of their rifles with them.
Oh, they probably broke it down or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so who has IFAC?
I have
got
one. Are they one-time use IFACs?
They are one-time use.
Okay. Yeah, I can't use that then.
So,
I have 6 personal first aid kits on me, I think.
Ooh, Jesus.
so fastest way to help someone being incapacitated is to successfully roll medical aid. It is a slow action. And if successful, they immediately heal a number of damage points equal to the number of success rolled. Further medical aid rolls have no effect.
Who has...
And the same person
Arcot,
cannot
what-
try again unless more advanced medical gear is applied,
Well, let's see what Arcot's...
like a doctor's kit. Arcot would be the one to do this. So I'll just move you guys over. Just park you there. Or do you want to leave the vehicle where it is?
Arcot, you didn't fill in your attributes completely.
Oh, let me get that done real quick.
I'm just curious to see what you have medical aid.
Well,
Since he...
he has it on his other sheet. It is a B for medical aid. So A empathy,
Okay.
B medical aid.
A empathy.
Yes.
Oh, it's just the default then. I see. Yeah, you'll have to fill out the roll 20. Yes, just start healing people.
Okay, and then the roll for that is my empathy plus my medical aid.
Yep. And if you're using a medical kit, you do get a bonus as well.
But he can do it without using the med
I'd
kit.
say
can
if
do
you
it
could do it
without,
without
yeah.
using the medical kit, I would not do it with the medical kit. Because you have a really good roll possibility.
Mm-hmm. Oops. All right. Just gonna switch really quick back to this one. All right, that is just the D12, but that's a success on that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait.
You can't do two rolls like that. If you're gonna
Oh,
do
okay.
you put them in double brackets. So do double within the double brackets 1d12 and then double bracket 1d10 and then it'll roll for you.
You could also just click it on your character sheet.
If he has it filled in, yeah.
I filled in his
Oh, okay, you got him. All right.
his medical aid, so
All right,
If I
Bobby,
do
your
this-
sheet is working. Let's put you there.
the only thing I did was his empathy and his medical aid, though.
Okay.
I don't know what the rest of his stuff is. You just have to click medical aid. It'll roll both of them for you. So a 3 and a 9, or 3 and a 9. So one success.
All right, one success. You're able to treat this guy. He comes back at 1 hit capacity right now. So if he takes another shot, he's going back down. He's up, but not feeling great. So I'm just going to give him a red instead of the X.
All right, I'm gonna roll again.
Yep.
For the next guy. We got
Two
two
successes.
successes on that, so this guy comes back at 2. These guys will say they have a hit capacity of 5, so.
And then I guess one more guy.
There's another one over by the red building across the street. Looks like
Alright,
one
roll for the next
success
guy.
there. And is this the last? No, one more. Okay. And the last guy across the street. One success is good enough. There you go. All right.
So if you get one success and a mishap, does the success override the mishap?
No, it does not. Because you're rolling 2 dice, it's not a full mishap. You need to roll 2 ones to fully mishap. It's just going to fail. Yeah. All right.
But if you only roll 1 dice, then
One mishap.
one
will-
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just didn't know in the case of 2.
Okay, let's move these guys over here. Yeah.
hey, Sergeant, should we put out the fire?
I mean, with what is the problem? I'm not going to use drinking water.
Dirt.
You can pee on it.
We should have shovels or something. We could throw dirt on it.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the Humvee.
Yeah,
might
we